All right, guys, welcome back for Chief for Chronology. So last week we talked about straight stab, and we talked about the space we make. So we said we create the space, we fill the space, we smash the face, right? So this week I've got Trey with me. We're going to talk a little bit about how do we get in a position to do that. So we're going to do a straight stab. I'm going to create the space. I'm going to turn him. And I'm going to tell you a few things about what we call a touch, turn, chop that I think will be helpful for you in learning the way to optimize this defense. There are lots of ways to do this defense. But the more suboptimal movement you make, the more risk you take, and the more risk you take over the course of the defense. And frankly, as that risk starts to mount or build up, bad things can happen. So I'm going to bring Trey in. I'm going to be about right here, I think. So Trey's going to make a straight stab. I'm going to make the same defense. I'm going to show you the touch, turn, chop. I'm actually just going to show you touch, turn to create the space we talked about. So here comes Trey. I'm making this motion, and there's a space here, right? One more time if you would. I'm set up like this. Oh my gosh, he comes in. I'm making this motion. There's space here, right? So before I chop back, I'm in this position. I've turned. For your edification, my hand's on my heart. It can be up at your face, but I have it on the center line to make my counterattack. Either way is fine. So I'm going to, if you come a little bit closer to me, just come up and then turn this way to the camera. You'll see there's a space that's made here, right? So in that space, I'm going to fill it, right? But I want to show you something first. I'm going to step off camera, and I'm going to grab a stick. I may not even step off camera. I may just have the stick right here, right? So when I make the turn, the touch is the initial redirection. The turn is additional redirection. I make the turn not at a 90-degree angle initially, but 90 degrees where I'm going to end up. So I'm going to show you something I think is interesting. So if I bring the hand back to here, as I make the initial redirection, if I start to turn at 90 degrees, which is right here, it's a 90-degree angle, right? As I push or turn across that, the turning motion in the defense, I start to slide down the arm on that line. And we don't want that because he's also going to be withdrawing his hand, right? So when I touch, I make the touch. My turn is more like 90 plus. So if I take the stick and I push back this way, look what happens. So the angle's this way, right? If you stay there for me. Nothing. I get to stay, for that range of motion, I stay at the same place in the arm, which helps me tremendously. As I enter, I want you to understand that the space I've created is the space that's made from where the knife was to where the knife is. I'm going to take my toes from point to point, my hips and shoulders. I'm going to fill the space here, and then I'll chop back. When I chop back, the purpose is to pin the arm or to momentarily immobilize the knife arm so I can make a counter and get on the knife for a take or additional combatants. So as I touch, there's only a little bit of redirection, right? As I turn, I'm doing this sort of sideways. I'm making a motion that way, this way, not that way. So touch, turn, chop, thank you, Trey. Touch, turn, chop is really my setting up this way. Oh my gosh, coming into the center line with my elbow and structure. The turn is not to my right, but out in front a little bit. As I chop back into this position. I will change levels to allow me to keep my wall, integrity of my wall, and I'll make my counterattack at this point as the weight arrives in my left foot. All right, so that's a lot of information, but what I want you to get from today's video is this. After the touch, when you turn, do not turn across on a straight line at what you would think of as 90 degrees. You've got to go out across your body to maintain the integrity of the turn and of the contact with the knife hand. All right, hope that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, drop down. There's a box at the bottom here. Send me a question I'm happy to answer. I might even do a video follow-up for you. Any comments, Trey? Okay. As always, walk in peace.